drop this in the.
What's good, my people? What's good, my people? We back. We back again, man, with another rendition of Shooting the Ish podcast. I am your boy, AK Infinity. You can find me on Twitter at AK Infinity underscore VVS. This is Rockets propaganda, baby. We back with another episode again. Yeah, so before I get into it, hey man, what I tell y'all about coming in my house without wiping your feet first? Man, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do that for me. Do that for your boy one time. Um, but yeah, man, let's get into it. Rockets preseason so far, man. We up, man. We're looking up. Big time. I'm seeing a whole lot of good changes. I'm seeing good habits being formed. The shooting is still a little bit suspect, but that's okay because the shot selection is a lot better, and I feel like maybe could be a factor of rust, could be familiarity, um, could be a lot of different factors, but the shot selection is good. I'm not watching them take a bunch of bad shots like last season. The defense has been good, and the defense really been crazy to be honest. That game against New Orleans, I know it's this preseason. I know, you know, a team like that's probably not gonna go too hard. But man, we beat the snot out of them. Bad. They didn't look like an NBA team. They was looking like the Shanghai Sharks. Zion took 3 shots. He made 2 of them, but he only took 3 shots. I know they started Jabari on him, and they kind of brought help here and there. They created, I think they created close to 30 turnovers. I know they got a bunch of steals in that game. Let me pull up the stats real quick while I'm sitting here spitballing. Yeah, so they forced 25 turnovers, so I was close. Yeah, the Rockets got 18 steals. They had 34 assists. Um, they took 43s, which is better than they did against the Pacers. Because against the Pacers, we only took 25, and I know Ime wanted to get that number up a bit. I was thinking maybe average around 32 3-pointers taken, just because we're not the best 3-point shooting team, so you don't want to overdo it. But hey, if we shooting 40 3-pointers, if we taking 43 pointers and making 14, that's 35%. I'll take that. I'll take that volume, no problem. Um, the Rockets were also 45 or 86 from the field for 52%. Now we didn't get to the free throw line a whole lot this game against the Pelicans, but man, the way we was doing them, I mean, fouling would have just compounded the problem. We was doing them dirty. There's doing somebody dirty, and them doing them dirty. We did them dirty, real dirty. Um, but yeah, man. The standouts from that game though, Jabari Smith, man. I've been telling you about Bari. Been telling you about Jailhouse Bari. This man, well, I don't want to call him Jailhouse Bari like he been locked up or something, but Bari, that dude, man. Bari out there just putting it on fools, man. 9 rebounds, 22 points, a steal, 2 assists, no turnovers. He was plus 14. That's what I like to see from him, man. He was taking good shots. He was getting whatever he wanted, man. Because his handle, man, his handle is helping him get loose on jumpers now, man. And he had a 2-man game looking pretty good with Shingun. Uh, they was running a lot of actions with Jalen and Jabari on the weak side a lot, and either one of them would get open. One of them would get open once when they set the one to set a flare screen for the other, and vice versa, and somebody just gets open, and and somebody else will find him. Another standout from that game, Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson. Oh my God. Amen Magic Thompson. That boy gonna be crazy good whenever he really gets some experience. This rookie season, I'm good with him coming off the bench all season, no matter what. Even if he end up playing better than Fred, I'm good with him coming off the bench the whole season. Let him get that whole season of learning and seasoning behind Fred, and then hell, in the summertime we can flip Fred. It won't really be a big deal. It won't be a big problem. And his defense was wild. His defense was good, man. He had 4 assists, 12 points, had 2 turnovers, a couple rebounds in 21 minutes. He was 3 or 4 from the free throw line, 4 or 7 from the field overall, 1 or 3 from three. So yeah, he did hit a three, and his form looked good. His form don't look bad. It don't look like it did um, during overtime elite. It didn't look bad at all. Yeah, another standout. And some of y'all might not like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Jayshawn Tate stood out to me. He stood out to me big time. Man, his defense, boy. When when you put a player like him on a team where his role is reduced, that's when he started to shine. That's when he really starts to shine and his skills start to show and his effectiveness starts to take place. Because when that second unit, he only took 1 shot in 15 minutes, but man, he had 3 steals, he had he had 2 assists, he had 5 rebounds in 15 minutes, and he was a +5. Man, him and Tari came in the game just wreaking havoc on defense. A lot of them turnovers that they had in their first half, because they had 20 first half turnovers, the Pelicans did. A lot of them came in soon as Tari and Jay Sean checked in. Because it was like, all right, let's get it popping. I'm talking steal after steal after steal after steal, fast break, fast break, fast break. They held the Pelicans to one fast break point. I think we had 22 to 25, something like that. This was a really good showing when the ones was going up against the ones. When the ones from the Rockets was going up against the ones from the Pelicans. The Pelicans just didn't have nothing. They just ain't had nothing for the Rockets, man. Like second quarter, we lost. We won that first quarter, 33-26. Then the second quarter, we locked them the hell up. It was 23-14, and we really put them away. And early in the third, really put them away. Um, but yeah, man, them are my 3 standouts from the game. Overall, this preseason, man, the defense looks so much better, man. These guys look like they on a string. They playing together. They communicating. Ime out there yelling at folks if they messing up. He'll pull them if they mess up, and I love it because this is a stark contrast from Steven Silas a season ago. Last year, it didn't matter what happened. He wasn't pulling nobody out the game for no disciplinary reasons or checking nobody unless it was Shingun. That was the only person he ever checked. He ain't checked nobody else for what? In his mind, guys are supposed to just know. And real quick note on Steven Silas. I know I'm hard on him because I just feel like he held back the whole team. Now I wasn't saying we were supposed to win 40 games or nothing with the roster he had, but how he was using them was just backwards. Everybody he was using backwards. He ain't used nobody right. Nobody. There ain't nobody in the time of Steven Silas that we can look back and say, you know what? The way Steven Silas deployed this player made them look good. Absolutely not. Everything we got was out the mud. They got it on their own. They won games strictly off of talent, and that was it. No, they was winning games in spite of coaching, not because of coaching. Absolutely not. Now, that being said, Coach Silas, I do believe, is a very intelligent coach. It don't mean he's a good coach. Coaching, the key to coaching to me, and you can ask any basketball player, you can ask any athlete that's ever played any sport. There's a difference between certain types of coaches, man. The good coaches, though, they know how to convey their message and get what they're trying to accomplish across to the players. That's what a good coach does. And I think Steven Silas was probably a little bit too smart for his own good and didn't really know how to communicate to his players. Of course, I do believe part of that is not having the vets on the roster to kind of translate some of that coach speak to them. But at the same time, I don't think Coach Silas did enough to help himself in the first place. But I will say, Ime Udoka seems to really be able to get his messaging across. It's like the team is taking over his they're taking his personality and bringing that to the court. They holding each other accountable. They're playing hard. They're not taking plays off. I know it's preseason. I know it's early. I know it's 2 games. I know. I know. Before y'all roast me, I know. But I just wanted to bring that up because I think Udoka's approach to communicating with these guys, I think that's really what's getting across and why these players are really, they. I wouldn't say they're playing above their minds, but they're playing to a standard. You can tell that they're playing to a standard, and they're not out there just you know winging it like they have been. They're playing to a standard, and Udoka has set their standard, and these guys know if they don't meet that standard, they're not gonna play. And I love it, man. I absolutely, absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to seeing what we look like Sunday night. I'm recording this on Saturday night, by the way. I'm looking forward to seeing how we look against the Spurs. Hopefully Wemby plays. I don't know who's gonna guard Wemby. I know there's a little bit of a conversation about that on Rockets Twitter right now. Some say Jabari, some say Dylan, some say Tari. I've heard Tate. Tate can't do nothing with him. Um, or maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. We will see. We will see. I say I would like to see Dylan on him because I want to see how he deals with somebody smaller than him being so physical with him and getting underneath him. Because I'll say this, just from what I've seen from Wemby so far, I think he'll be he'll be very perimeter based in at least the first couple seasons until he gets some until he eats some of them enough of them San Antonio empanadas and tacos and burritos till he gets some weight on his body. Unless he come short trip to Houston, play Houston, stop at Timmy Chan to go get a 6-piece wing dinner. Yeah, get some weight on him. I don't see him doing too much posting up. But yeah, man, I want to see. I'd rather see Dylan Brooks on him. I don't want to see. I do want to see Jabari on him, but I want to see Dylan start on him, and maybe Jabari come and help with his length. I don't think I want to start off with the length on him. Start off with somebody point of attack who gonna be, up under him, getting under the skin, getting in his jersey, and then use length to help if needed. But we'll see. I think it'll be a good game. Of course, I got us winning. And matter of fact, I think we played them the second game of the season, the regular season. I think we're gonna, I think we're gonna people's elbow their ass. We're gonna suplex them through a table, tables, ladders, and chairs. Damn it. Um, yeah, man. But that's my little piece so far about what we looking like in the preseason. Um, in other news, in other news, ESPN, as we know, released their top 100 rankings. As we all know, it's BS. It's nonsense. It's stupid. I'm not trying to hear none of that. But it's interesting. So ESPN only has 2 Rockets players ranked in their top 100. The first one is Fred VanVleet at 56. The other one is Jalen Green at 80. Now, you know what? Let me get CBS has rankings too. Let me get to CBS rankings and then I'll show y'all where I'm going. Follow me. Just follow me. So CBS has like 4 Rockets in their top 100. One of them, Fred VanVleet, of course, he's at 48. We got Alperen Sengun at 85, Jalen Green at 89, and Jabari at 92. All right. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because we need to make sure we keeping tabs on what people are saying right now for the eventual switch up down the road at the end of the season when they're trying to find reasons not to give awards to the Rockets. Because we're going to outperform their expectations. These national guys, we're going to outperform these expectations. I believe so. Because if ESPN is going to tell me we only got 2 players in the top 100, to me, we shouldn't even be sniffing the play-in. To be honest, that don't make sense. How you ain't got but 2 top 100 players, and none in the top 50, and you gonna tell me somehow you believe we gonna sniff the play-in? Now, um, the reason I'm bringing these up is later on during the season when we, and I want y'all to hear me very clearly, when we are in the playoffs and when Coach Udoka is up for Coach of the Year, they're going to find reasons not to give it to him because they're going to say, hey, this team is deep. They have so much talent. They have so much talent here and there. Look at these guys. Look at Amen Thompson. Look at Cam Whitmore. Look at Dylan Brooks. None of these guys, none of them 3 guys are just named they had in their top 100. And I'm not saying that they should be, but you got to keep that same consistent energy. Like, don't switch up on me later on and not give, for example, let's say somebody like Jabari or Jalen is up for most improved, but you don't want to give them an award because you're gonna say, nah, they was already good. Nah, I'm not trying to hear that. This is what y'all put up in the media right now. This is what y'all put on your website. So I'm not trying to hear it. And that leads me to some other developments from on Twitter. There's a guy named Jake N Ball. That's his Twitter app. It's at Jake N Ball. He put up his expectations for the playoffs in the West. He had us at number 10, and I believe he's a national media basketball person. I can't figure out where. I can't remember where. Forgive me. If I remember, I'll put his information, his Twitter his Twitter handle in the description. So he has us at number 10. I haven't seen any other person in the national media anywhere having us that far up. I haven't seen anybody. So it sounds to me like he's getting ahead of it. He can see what we see. We clearly have talent. He also says the Kings are going to be victims of the Houston, OKC, Dallas leaps. Uh, Real quick note on that. I don't think Dallas making the playoffs this year. I'm just saying it, but I do think we're going to be better than OKC. I do believe that. um, I just there's so many factors why I believe something like that. I believe that because I believe we have the coaching edge. That's number one. Um, sure, they have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Cool. They had him last year too. Yeah, they made the plan. Yeah, okay, there was no Chet, but number one, do we know if he's gonna be healthy all season? Number two, is Josh Giddey gonna take a leap? Is he really expected to take a leap? If his jumper don't come around, I don't believe so. Lou Dort can't shoot either. And those two, when they're on the court together, they have a negative rating. So, and those are both starters. And then they got Jalen Williams, little Jalen Williams, which a lot of people are expecting a whole lot out of too. All that is cool, but where are their vets? We brought in like legitimate vets. If I want you to really sit and think about if we was to play OKC mano a mano. There's only one position where I think we'll take the L, and Shea will. I'll give Shea being the best player in that matchup, but we win every other position. Every other position. A lot of people, for whatever reason, I think are talking about Giddy is better than Jalen. That is hogwash. Absolute hogwash. I don't know why y'all saying that, but y'all need to really get off of this OKC. I'm gonna say something about OKC real quick too. They're the absolute most overrated team in the NBA. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the most overrated player in the NBA. They get a little bit way too much love, and I can't understand why. I don't get it. But Jalen better than Giddy. Dylan Brooks is better than what's this fool name? Lou Dort. Bruh. Jabari better than Jalen Williams, dog. Stop it. Stop it. Jabari better than Jalen Williams. And Shangoon is better than Chet Holmgren. Fight me. If you're an OKC fan and you hearing this, I don't care. Fight me. Shangoon is better than Chet Holmgren. I said it. If you got a problem, at me. Or hit me in the comments below. I don't care. But anyway, yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that matter. But next thing I kind of wanna touch on is, well, I kind of already touched on a little bit, is updated expectations. Now, again, like I said, I know it's just 2 preseason games. Yeah. I know. Oh, it's too early. You're overreacting. Yes, I am. I'm a fan. That's what we do. Thank you. But anyway, so I don't know how or who is going to fall off. Well, somebody gonna fall off from whoever made the playoffs last season. I've already said one who I think one of them is gonna be is Dallas. The other one I can see is Minnesota. Minnesota just, I know Ant Edwards is that dude, but man, who are you really relying on? Who else are you really relying on up there, man? Mike Conley is gonna be a year older. Rudy Gobert, what is Rudy Gobert gonna do? What nobody he's of all the DPOY players in NBA history, he's one of the most attacked DPOY guys. Like I never seen a defensive player of the year just not scare nobody like that. Like people not afraid of him. They're not afraid of him at all. Ain't nobody like, oh man, we gotta go play Rudy Gobert. Man, they like, yeah, we get to play Rudy Gobert. They ain't afraid of this man like that. Then you got Karl Anthony Towns, who, man, talented player. I loved him in Kentucky. I thought I thought he'd end up being the best player in the league. I thought he'd even be better than Anthony Davis because of the shooting aspect. But man, he's a disappointment. It's not like he's not talented. It's not like he ain't good, but talk about leaps. He hasn't taken any leap at all. Like he just is what it is. You can punk him, you can push him around, and he'll be not effective. Yeah, he not really much of a defender. He spends too much time on the perimeter offensively. I just and Edwards needs some help out there. He needs some help. He really does. He can't do everything. I'm not really putting my trust in Karl Anthony Towns. As a matter of fact, that's a guy. If I'm if I'm Minnesota, I'm looking to see how I can trade this guy. I don't know for who. I don't know for how. I don't know if there's a way to trade him and maybe get back Zion, but I don't know if that's a bad fit next to Gobert. The Gobert trade was just a debacle. But yeah, Minnesota is not finna. They not finna do nothing. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll take it on the chin. It is what it is, but I don't see Minnesota doing much. And Memphis too. Memphis could suffer from Ja being out so long, and Marcus Smart hurt right now too. So, what you gonna depend on Derrick Rose? And Triple J is good, but Triple J is he's a bit he's a bit more reliant on other guys to get him involved right now. Desmond Bain is cool, but the same sort of applies with him. We'll see what they look like. But and then they lost Tyus Jones, so he can't come in and make up for any loss of your point guards. But yeah, them was three teams that I think the Rockets, barring health, I think the Rockets could leapfrog. Like I believe we're gonna be in the playoffs. I'm saying it right here, right now. If I'm wrong, oh well. But I'm saying it. I ain't afraid to be wrong. Um, last thing I kind of want to touch on is that boy Billy Simmons. Bill Simmons, man. Why does this man hate the Rockets so bad? If anybody can please tell me what their thoughts are, what their logic is, or what they think the reason Bill Simmons hate the Rockets so bad. Can somebody tell me? Like, leave a comment below. I'd like to know, man. I really would, cause his hate is so hard that he has just completely disregarded logic. Talking about the Rockets should trade Jalen because we have too many guards, and he said we should trade Jalen to Charlotte, like they ain't got too many guards. Bro, we finna have a 3 guard rotation. A man, Fred, Jalen. Them the 3 guard rotation. That's too many guards to you? Bill Simmons, are you stupid or dumb? You might be both. But this guy, man, I don't know what it is. I don't know why he hates Jalen so much. I don't know why he hates the Rockets so much. I don't know if he hates us more now because we have Ime Udoka, former Celtics coach. I don't know. I don't know if he lost some money against um betting against the Rockets when they play the Celtics or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he came to Houston with his wife and somebody from Houston snuck his wife in their hotel room when he wasn't looking and he found out. I don't know. I don't know what his problem is, man. But Billy Bob Simmons, man, you gotta chill with all that hate in your heart, cause it ain't healthy for your soul, boy. It really ain't healthy. Your first problem, you from Boston. I have some Boston jokes, but I'm gonna probably just keep that to myself right now. Keep it to myself. Oh, man, Bill, you gotta. I don't know if you smoke weed or something, but maybe next time you come to Houston, man, just holler at your boy, man. We can go eat some Timmy Chans, or I'll find you some. We'll go eat some Timmy Chans. We'll go to the screw shop. I'm gonna get you some SUC merchandise. We gonna jam some screw. We're just gonna chat it up. We're gonna talk a little bit, man. We're gonna make you feel better about Houston, man. Cause whatever it is the city of Houston has done to you, man, please let it go, my brother. Please just let it go. Anyway, that's all I got for the episode, man. Y'all, like I said, man. Hey, if you still here watching this video, hit that like button, comment on the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at AKInfinity_VVS. This is episode 2 of Shooting the Ish podcast. Again, I am AK Infinity, and this is Rockets Propaganda, baby. I'm out.